Hello, my friends. Kat here. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have an amazing day. So, would you like to talk about what you love with groups of people and make a real impact in people's lives? But do you ever find yourself avoiding showing up, whether that's showing up on a live video, showing up, running a Zoom event, going to that next level of running events? We all have a next level. Every single one of us have a next level when it comes to sharing more with groups and making an impact through speaking, not just one by one, because we're not going to make the incredible impact that we're really here to make if we're just speaking to one person at a time. And when I got this revelation, I was living in the UK at the time when this really dropped for me. I'd heard the message over and over and over again, but I kept telling myself this story: I'm a one-on-one girl. I don't know if you've ever told yourself a story before and believed it and just repeated it so many times that it feels true. Now, the truth is, I was a one-on-one girl. I was only doing one-on-one when I first started my business. For 8 years, I did one-on-one until the penny finally dropped after I heard it so many times that you should be up in front of groups. You should be speaking to groups. Like, people kept telling me, you've got something really valuable to share. But I remember being in this convention center, this massive convention center. I was in a place called Loughborough. I don't know if anyone knows Loughborough. It's in kind of north of London. And we're all sitting there. It was a fitness convention. I was a personal trainer at the time. And I remember the guy on stage said something that just jumped out at me. He said, if you want to make an impact in the world, you cannot do it one by one person at a time. Now, I know there's a lot of slogans out there, changing the world one person at a time. Excuse me, I get it. And the conversations we have with one person are really impactful. I still have so much love for having conversations one by one with people, one-on-one. I love it. Still love it. But when it dropped for me that I'm not going to make the impact that I'm here to make by staying small, by just sticking with the one-on-one model, that I actually have to get over that fear. It was just fear holding me back, and I was avoiding it. If I really want to make an impact in the world, I have to learn how to present to groups and get comfortable doing it. Because rewind to when I was about 21, 22, I was working in an insurance company, very exciting, in Auckland City. And I remember I was wearing this navy suit. I loved this navy suit. Like, I saved up to buy this navy suit and heels, and I felt like I was so cool, when you're 21 and you just think that you're the boss. And I remember my boss at the time, she really had a liking for me. And she's like, Kat, you're running the boardroom meeting tomorrow. And I remember standing in front of this table of adults, people over 30, and my knees were shaking. And I remember this guy, Blair, he said afterwards, Elvis was in the house. You were like knee knocking all the way. Like, he was fully hassling me because I was shaking. I was bright red. I was so sweaty. And I just remember thinking that standing in front of a group and speaking is awful. I don't like it. So if you've ever felt hesitant to kind of step up in that bigger way, I get it. I really get it. I'm someone who struggled with a lot of insecurities and fear and doubt, doubting myself. And that first experience was really hard. But I've discovered that it doesn't matter how good our strategy is, even if we have the right strategies, we're still left with the mindset blocks. So this is not the first time you've heard that running events is really powerful, right? But these blocks, they're often unconscious, and we don't even realize that they're actually stopping us. They're not in our face because we're just getting on with our life, but they actually do cause us to avoid our next level of growth and success. That's what it actually is us expanding. I don't know if you saw the image that I put up on social media where it says your current business, your mindset blocks, and then your business growth. So your business growth and success is usually limited and capped by these mindset blocks, and they could be sabotaging your success. You could be missing out on a whole heap of opportunities, leaving money on the table, like actually not living your potential. I know that's thrown around as a cliche now, but really making a big impact in people's lives and changing your own life. Learning how to speak, for me, it completely changed my life. It is by far the number one thing that has changed me as a person, like my identity. I never used to be confident. I never used to have conviction when I was speaking. I never used to be able to show up live. I never used to be able to run events. That was not who I was. So it's not just that learning how to speak to groups changed my business. It did. It's been by far the number one thing that's responsible for getting majority of my clients, is my willingness to learn that, even though it was super scary and super hard. But it's changed who I am, and that I'm so grateful that someone decided to run an event and convince me of that. Because it took me years of hearing that same message over and over and over again, for me to actually realize that I needed to make a decision and take action to overcome those mindset blocks, and to be a person that would run events, not just one, but consistently, like over and over again. And so running events can really open up an avalanche of possibilities for you. By the way, if you're here live, could you just pop a hashtag live and please say hello? Please drop your comments in, anything that's resonating. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's always really meaningful to me. If you're watching the replay, just pop a hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. And I always appreciate your interaction. It's always really, really helpful. And I always go back and read the comments and reply to you. So thank you, those of you who have joined us. So good to have you here. So I was speaking to a lady yesterday, and she's in the health space, and we were talking about how in the health space particularly, social media has really come down, especially since the pandemic, around what we can share online. Like we think we have a lot of freedom to share whatever we want online, but actually we don't, because we're in someone else's room. Like we call it a platform. I kind of think of it as like there's these massive rooms that we're in. Facebook's this massive room, and Instagram's this massive room, and we're allowed into the building, but we can't just say whatever we want. Like we can get banned, we can get shut down. I heard of a lady recently who got her whole Instagram account shut down. She doesn't know why. It took her ages to get it back. She had over 3,000 followers. One of my clients recently, she put up a link that she didn't know that Facebook didn't like. They removed her cover photo. They got rid of her event that she had posted. So she lost a whole lot of stuff. So we think that we have all this freedom, but actually, if we go into their rooms and we meet people that love what we do and get value from it, and we invite them into our room, which is still not really our room, it's usually Zoom or an external platform, we can say whatever we want. Like we have that freedom to share our views. And this particular lady, she's got some research. She does medical science, where she wants to be able to share it, but she won't. She'll get shut down. She's had incredible results with clients that she's not allowed to share because of the bodies that she's part of. So for me, the solution is getting people off these platforms and into your own space where you can actually share freely. And events allow you to speak to more people, obviously, so you've got a bigger impact. You can leverage your time rather than saying the same thing to one person for an hour and the same thing to another person for an hour. That would take you 50 hours to reach 50 people. You could use that same hour to speak to 50 people. So you're actually 50xing your impact every time you speak, depending on how many people are there. It might be 5, 10, 100xing your impact. They become a really valuable asset that you can use for years to come. But even though events are so powerful and so transformative, and events have changed my life, I don't know if you think about the things that have been so transformative to you. It's pretty much, for most people, I won't say everyone, everybody's different, but for most people, it's come through conversations, and it's come through community, conversations and community, where you've had a really great conversation with a wise person and they've imparted some wisdom into you, or you've gone to an event where you're part of something with other people and it's made a big impact for you. If that's been the case for you, could you just let me know in the comments? I'd love to know your experience around the things that have been most transformative. Like for me, it hasn't been like books. I love books. I read, I listen to a lot of books. But being at home by myself, consuming information is not my personal favorite way of learning. My favorite way of learning is through events. And so if you love going to events and you want to be that person on stage, you want to be the one that people are listening to, then potentially you have some blocks to overcome if you're not currently doing it at the level that you want to do it at. And a lot of people get really paralyzed by fear and uncertainty, whether you're a newbie, you're just starting out, or whether you've been in business a long time. There's still blocks to our next level that we need to overcome in order to get that freedom and that fulfillment and the results that you want in your business. And conquering these blocks, they could be the key that really, it could be the key that opens the door to the success that you want in your business and in your life. So I've identified 3 major mindset blocks. They kind of all intertwine with each other. They all, if you chunk it up to the highest level, most of them just come down to fear. But I want to talk specifically around the fears that I hear people say, and also the fears that I personally had. And I've categorized them into 3 kind of main categories. There's many, many others, but over the years, I've seen these are kind of the major ones. The first major block is fear of failure. So fear of failure looks like thinking, I don't want to invest all this time and effort and it not work, and what a waste, you know? Um, it just feels like a lot of hard work for maybe not a result. Like, what if people say no? What if I get rejected? You know, what if people aren't interested in coming to the event? What if people aren't interested in what I'm offering in the event? So it's that fear that it's not going to work, fear of failure. And if you have success or achievement or progress and growth as a high value, often the fear of failure is the block. The second one, excuse me, is fear of judgment. So really fearing what people think, fearing criticism. So it could show up like, what if I look silly? What if I stuff it up? What if people heckle me? Is it heckle? We used to get hecklers when I played in a band. And I was so scared of these hecklers, of like, what if they say boo, or what if they say this? And I was so worried. And I remember our lead singer, she was like, I hope they hate us. I hope there's people that hate us online. And I remember we got our first hater on YouTube. Excuse me. And we celebrated. Like, I remember the bass player and singer, they were like, yes, people actually hate us, which means that they're passionate about us, which means that we're saying something that they don't like, which means we're actually like not being vanilla, you know, we're standing out. And so it helped me, because this is a long time ago. It was a really good, I guess, training ground for me to let go of what people think and just stop worrying about judgment, knowing that there's always going to be people that aren't going to like what we have to say. And do we really want to miss out? I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Do we really want those people that are our people to miss out because we're so concerned about these people that aren't even our people, you know? So it's very strong, all right? Because as humans, we're social creatures and we care about what people think. Like, majority of us, we do. And so it is a journey to work through that. And then the third mindset block is fear of incapability, fear of not being capable enough. So this looks like, what if I'm not good enough? What if it's too hard? What if it's too complicated? It feels too confronting for me. Am I really cut out to do this? Am I confident enough to do this? I was just chatting with a lady, and we were talking about confidence. She said, it sounds like you really help people with their confidence. And I said, not really directly. Like, I've got one of my first webinars that I ran in 2017 or 2016 was all about confidence. So I'm very passionate about helping women in particular become confident, but it's not that people come to my program and do a class on confidence. They come to my program and they learn how to do stuff. They learn what to say. They learn how to say it, how to set your tech up, how to speak in a way that's engaging to your audience. So they learn the crafts the craft of communicating effectively, being engaging, running events, crafting your words in a way that's really compelling to people, inspiring action. So they learn all of that. And I've got like a whole blueprint that people can follow. And when you know what to do and you have something to follow, you've got a roadmap, the confidence comes as a byproduct of that. So of course you're not going to feel confident if you feel like you've just got to rock up and control this group and manage all these things coming at you, logistics and tech and links and reminders and what do I say? What do I put in my slides? How do I structure my presentation? Like all of these things. Of course it's going to be hard if you've never done it before, if you don't know how to do it, or you've done it and it hasn't got you the result that you want. Right? So confidence comes as a byproduct of courage. Courage is feeling fear, taking action. Feeling fear, taking action. That's courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, right? So if you want to be more confident, which is required to overcome these mindset blocks, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of incapability, we need to be confident. And confidence comes as a byproduct of having the courage to take courageous action, make a decision that I'm going to be the person, I'm going to be a person who chooses to make an impact in more people's lives. And I'm not going to let my mindset blocks stop me from going to that next level of impact. And for you, that might be running your first event. It might be running a Zoom masterclass for an hour or two, or half a day, or turning your 1-day workshop into a 2-day workshop. Or it could be working on your conversion rate so that more people actually come to your events, working on your show rate, working on how many people actually sign up for your offer. So think about what your next level is now. Just think about what that is for you. And then I invite you to ask yourself, what mindset block is stopping me from doing it? And just get really real. What mindset block is stopping me from that next level? We all have a next level, so identify yours. What mindset block is stopping me from doing it? Because it always starts with our mindset. It always starts with our thinking. We can't take action without thinking first. It always starts with thinking, and then action follows. So think about your biggest block to doing it, your biggest block to taking action and going to that next level. And then ask yourself 2 powerful questions. Number 1, what's it costing me to hold on to this block? What's it costing me? Is it costing me potential opportunities, not being able to speak confidently on camera, missing out on doing podcast interviews, being invited as a guest to speak in other people's groups, making money, getting clients, having a big impact, actual lifestyle, time, freedom, leverage, who you're becoming, that identity of what this will do for you as a person and who you'll become. It's a big cost. Are you happy with your reason? Are you happy with this block? Are you happy to keep this block? And then the second question is, who am I without this block? And what's my life like without this block? So who am I and what's my life like without this block? My biggest block was fear of failure, specifically around people not coming. So I felt that what I had to say was valuable. I felt that I could put together a talk that people would get value from, although I needed a lot of help with the actual structure itself, because I didn't realize that we have to structure our talks in a certain way because we're talking to multiple people, different personalities, different learning styles, different ways of absorbing and processing information. So there's a whole craft to actually structuring what we say. But my biggest thing was like, what if people don't come? And when I played in that band, we were a team. So there was 5 of us, we were all girls, and we used to tour around the country. We used to play so many gigs. We practiced our butts off. We would practice all day Sundays, and every Wednesday night without fail. We had punishment if you didn't come to band practice. No matter how hungover you were, you had to be there. And we played on some really big stages. We played at the Big Day Out to thousands of people. We played at the Big Day Out twice. We played at a rugby game in New Zealand, and there was 18,000 people there. It was the Warriors game, and we played I Love Rock and Roll. It was such a hoot. It was so much fun. It was really, really cool. And we had a band manager, and our manager booked our gigs mostly. And I was used to playing to big crowds. Like, I was used to being on a stage in front of a lot of people, and I didn't put those people there. Someone else sold the tickets, but I was the drummer. I didn't do the marketing. So when it came to being on stage, just me, without my friends, without a crowd, I was terrified, especially at the thought of getting people in the room. But I decided I wanted to do it because I had something valuable to share that would help others. And one of the most powerful but little known tools when it comes to marketing and getting clients is actually personal development and working on yourself, becoming the best version of yourself, getting over rejection, becoming a leader, becoming a role model, becoming someone who helps and serves the community, someone who gets out there that's seen, that steps out of their comfort zone and steps up, So I realized I want to be that person, because we all have a message to bring to this world. You have a message to fulfill, I believe, on this planet. You have a mission, sorry, and your message that's coming through you, it's only you that can do it. You might think there's a whole heap of people that do what you do, but only you can say it in a way that you say it, with your unique stories and personality. And when we focus on the change that we can make in someone's life because we took that brave action and overcome those mindset blocks, then we take the focus off ourselves and onto other people. People are struggling right now because they have a problem that you can help them with, that you can help them solve. And every day you are stuck in these mindset blocks is another day that people miss out on getting the help they need. And that's not a guilt thing. That's hopefully to inspire you to say, okay, let's go. Let's overcome these blocks. Who am I without the block? Who am I? What's my life like without that block? And am I willing to overcome that block, or am I willing to just stay small, stay in my comfort zone and not grow? Am I happy with my reason? If you are wanting to take that step out of your comfort zone, overcome the blocks, the three big ones: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of incapability, and all the things that go under that. I'm not X enough, or I'm too X. When we focus on others and not ourselves, that's how we grow our business. And one of the reasons that I'm so passionate about helping women speak to groups is because of who you'll become. And because a lot of us have been absolutely impacted and transformed because someone else ran an event. It's the other people who ran events that I went to that set me on my personal development and business journey. And I'm forever grateful for that, because my life's never been the same. And when I was broke and struggling, someone was willing to get on a platform and help me. So if you're up for this journey, if you want to know how to do it, the biggest thing that will help you overcome those mindset blocks is knowing what to do. And this is why I'm running a free live online workshop to show you what to do, because then the confidence will follow. The mindset blocks will start to go if you know what to do, what to say, how to show up, how to get your tech in place, how to do the funnel, how to do your presentation structure, how to get people in the room, all of that. I go into depth in that. I share with you the formula that I've crafted over the last 10 years, running over 400 events now, over 450 events now actually, and how to do it. Even if you don't know where to start, even if you feel the fear, this workshop lays it all out and helps you to do it. So I only run this once a year, so I don't want you to miss out. Pop the word workshop if you would like your invite, and I will send you the details. And I hope you can be there. I'm doing this for free because I want to help as many people as possible to be able to step up, overcome their mindset blocks, and be everything that they're in this world to be. I hope that's been helpful for you. Could you just write a comment if this has been helpful, and please do share it with anyone who you think would be helped by this. Please do just write in the comments like what stood out to you, like what's that one thing that kind of just jumped out to you today. Maybe it's a reminder, maybe it's something that it's like, yep, this is my next level. I'd love to know what your next level is, and I'd love to see you at the workshop. So just drop the word workshop into the comments now if you would like the details, and I'll send it to you, or just DM me and I'll flick you those details. Thank you for being here. Big love to you. Keep showing up, keep sharing, keep shining. The world is waiting for your words. Take care, my friends. Talk soon.